Hello and welcome to the 21st edition of the Meyer Memos. Today is January 31st, 2020. We have no staff meeting this week. Instead, we have a day of play meeting on Tuesday, February 4th at 8:05 in the Media Center. We have a lockdown drill on Tuesday, February 4th at 10:10 with Olson Middle. We have an ISST meeting on Wednesday, February 5th at 8:05 in room 308. The variety show is Friday, February 7th at 1:45 in the gym. Thank you, Scott and Lynn, for sitting through all those acts. In fact, there was like 65 of them, and you narrowed them down into the 20s. I really appreciate that, and getting it all set up for the kids is an exciting time. MESPA, which is the Minnesota Elementary School Principals Association, has their convention this week. I'm going to be attending different sessions from Wednesday through Friday. It's at the Doubletree in Bloomington here, just down the road. I'm going to come and go as needed just to go to a few sessions, but I'll be able to be located or contacted if things pop up. But I'm just going to go to a few things here and there because I want to be at school. Kindergarten Information Night was very successful. We had 67 families attend. That's usually, we had 50 to 55, so that's a lot more students than we normally have. Thank you, kindergarten teachers and staff who all helped out. It was a great event. And thank you to Melissa for all the work that you did getting ready for Kindergarten Information Night, being that it's your first time and a crazy time. You survived your first K-Info night. Our literacy classroom visits were a success. With some of the strengths where performance criteria was more visible this round. Way to go. Students were calm and remained attentive to what was going on in their classrooms. And there were eye charts and anchor charts and student work were displayed or obvious. So kudos to the staff for following through with these things. I see that people are really trying. Areas that we need to work on is a better explanation from the staff to teachers, the people who are helping staff understand this, so the training. Better explanation of performance criteria so that it isn't as daunting a task to create and share with students so teachers can figure out a better way to do it. And then more work and support and time to review and discuss anecdotal records. So possible professional learning to address the needs, K-5 performance criteria, and anecdotal records. Thank you. A big thank you goes to Jenny Deravingas for setting up the calendar and getting everything going, as well as the walkthroughs, as well as Abby, Christy, and David. Really appreciate your help. Summer school referrals. The sheet is all set up. At this point, we have 6 second grade students referred. The referrals are due February 21st. I've linked the referral form in the email for this memo. I just want to get people reminded on this so we can get going on it. Maybe check out a PLC to do this because before you know it, the 21st will be here and we'll be like, so you might want to get on that. February 14th PD session overview from 8 to 9:30 is math training, and from 9:30 to 11:30 is device training. Grade levels will be assigned to schools for both sessions. Interventionists will select grade level for math. Special ed and EL will check with their departments. Music and visual arts specialists will have device training from 8 to 10 at ESC. And all the remaining information for like Phi-Ed and whatnot, and for after 10 o'clock for music and visual arts, special ed and whatnot, is linked in the document that I have put in my email that sent this memo. Strategy of the week, brain writing. Sometimes we get brainstorming, and those brainstorms, it's the loudest and the ones who become more dominating. With this way, we get all perspectives heard. So there's a question introduced, then the students write first on the questions, then they brainstorm on their own, okay? Then they talk with it with their teams, and then they take stickies and write thoughts on it. Then we post those stickies up on the wall with no names, and then we discuss the notes in a group. I linked an article explaining this in the email that sent this memo. And then again, I have the same slide I had last time. I just want to talk about the IXL effect, 30 questions a week, consistent across the class, provide students feedback. So if you haven't gotten going on this, please get moving on it. I can tell that many of you already started doing this, so I thank you for that. It's a thing that can really help our students, as well as our PTA has put a lot of money into this, so appreciate your help on that. Well, that's it for this week. Thank you and have a great weekend.